Please remain standing for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Please be seated. What a way to start. Director of Financial Aid, Mark Quisdorf. I am Dr. Jeff Sinise. I'm the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Cardinal Stritch University. It is my duty to begin this 79th commencement for the university with introductions. In the front row, we have Dr. Preston Cosgrove, Assistant Professor, College of Education and Leadership, who will deliver the benediction. Carolyn Carlson, President-elect of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Sarah Werner, who will deliver the invocation. Amira Saleh, our student commencement speaker. Sister Sylvia Ann Sheldon, Associate Director of the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi. Mr. Tom Myers, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Dr. James P. Loftus, President. Secretary Eloise Anderson, Commencement Speaker and Honorary Degree Candidate. Ms. Suzanne Phelan, Honorary Degree Candidate. Dr. Dan Scholes, College of Arts and Sciences, Dean. Dr. Frida Russell, College of Education and Leadership, Dean. Dr. Kelly Dries, Ruth S. Coleman, College of Nursing and Health Sciences, Dean. Dr. Philip Anderson, College of Business and Management, Dean. In the second row, Dr. Darnell Bradley, Assistant Professor in the College of Education and Leadership and recipient of the 2015 Stritch Teaching Excellence and Campus Leadership Award. Professor Laura Misko, Assistant Professor in the College of Arts and Sciences and recipient of the 2015 Stritch Teaching Excellence and Campus Leadership Award. Dr. Carl Mueller, Associate Dean in the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Kathleen Van Eerden, Associate Dean, Ruth S. Coleman College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Dr. Amy Kuhn, Interim Associate Dean in the College of Business and Management. Dr. Julie Stoiber, Assistant Professor in the College of Education and Leadership. Mr. Alan Mitchler, Vice President for Enrollment Services. Mr. Joseph Botana, Interim Vice President for Business and Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Robert Buckla, Vice President for Advancement. And Dr. Timothy Van Alstine, Director of Athletics. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the President of Cardinal Stritch University. Dr. Loftus has been president at the university since 2011, and he has been a lifelong supporter of Catholic education. He has led our efforts to become a much stronger Franciscan institution. Dr. Loftus.
Thank you, Dr. Sinise. It's my pleasure to welcome you here. Don't worry about these Panther signs here. Today's Stritch Day, so go Wolves and congratulations. I just want you to know a few things. This is a year that we've lost two fine women. Not only were they a profound part of Stritch, but they were members of the congregation of the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi. And I think it's deeply important to acknowledge their contributions. Words cannot truly suffice as to their contributions, but let me give a brief effort. Sister Adele Thibodeau, yeah, she was a wonderful woman, had a passion for social justice, both in local and global affairs. While she was at Stritch, she was truly known as one who fulfilled her duties with passion and compassion. She worked with students, faculty, and staff to examine the issues of social justice through the lens of faith in the classroom, on service learning trips, and doing service throughout the city of Milwaukee. She had a gentle spirit, a kind heart, and always had time to listen. She was a wonderful woman, a great contributor to Cardinal Stritch University, and she'll be deeply missed. Another soldier for Stritch, again, perhaps different personality, quiet but perseverant, was Sister Gabrielle Kowalski. Sister Gabby, as she was known, for 40 years had been a powerful and effective advocate for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, particularly with regard to understanding, respecting, and supporting their spiritual lives. She began her career as a special ed teacher in 1963 and became a professor at Cardinal Stritch University and associate dean for teacher education. She was a true scholar, noted for her abilities to do research, to prepare referee journal articles, to defend them with her peers across the country. A great woman, also a gentle spirit and very humble. I would be remiss if we didn't say that we think to all of you graduates of 2016 that Sister Gabby and Sister Adele are a part of your lives. You may not have touched them directly, but indirectly, they're a part of your degree, and I felt it most appropriate to acknowledge their presence here today. Thank you. So you did it. It's your day. We'll celebrate. But let's be serious for a few moments. It's a great milestone that you have achieved. To suggest that it is a milestone is to suggest a journey. The word milestone has its roots in the actual stone markers used in ancient times to denote the miles remaining to one's destination. So while you have achieved this destination, there are many more ahead of you. And if I may ask, if I may implore you, go forward, trusting yourselves and trusting others. You know, I'm reading a very interesting book. Yeah, I read once in a while. Anyway, it's by a social psychologist. Her name is Amy Cuddy. Some of our faculty in the audience may know her work very well. And as just coincidence, I have a daughter who's interested in social psychology. My point to all of you is that Amy Cuddy's book is called Perseverance. And it's this idea where you are comfortable who you are at the time that you are present. So certainly you're concerned about your future, but enjoy this moment. Be present, be engaged, be alive, be who you are. And that trust in yourself will enable you to be successful in the future. I would also encourage you to go forth with humility. Again, it's great to be self-confident, to have poise and a sense of purpose, but to know that you're blessed and loved by so many who are there not just to support you, but to know that your gifts are valuable and should be shared with others. So be humble. And I would also suggest to you that you be courageous, that you live beyond yourself in a way. We always talk about Stritch students as those who constantly push the envelope, who try new things, who take Greek when they thought Spanish would be the one for them, when they serve others at St. Ben's, when they would rather sort of just continue practicing their songs or their free throws. So be courageous, try new things. God is there with you always. I can't believe that we're here again. It's just a wonderful occasion. We're so blessed. For those of you in the audience, I'd just like to remark briefly, did you know that nearly 50% of Stritch students are the first in their families to attend college? It's a wonderful mission that the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi have entrusted us with, all of us, faculty, staff, and students alike, to move forward, to give students who may not otherwise have an opportunity. We've all got passion. We want to show our passion for each other and for the students. But I want you in the audience to know that our mission is unique. We are here to serve, to give people an opportunity. Please consider Stritch as an extraordinary experience for your loved one. You know, it's been my privilege to hear numerous commencement speeches over the years, and I just want to say to you today that we have two beautiful, blessed, and unique women for whom we'll offer an honorary degree. You'll hear more about their unique gifts and contributions later, but as a preamble, just let me say, you're in for a real treat. They're wonderful women and a great asset to not only the Milwaukee community, the Madison community, but greater Wisconsin and beyond. So, hang tight, enjoy the day, love, go forth to serve and use your talents. Do so by trusting, by being humble, and do it with courage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Loftus. Graduation is truly an exciting and important occasion. We are pleased that everyone is here to join us. This is a day of celebration for our graduates and for their families, friends, loved ones, and significant others. Today we celebrate our past, our present, and especially our future. We celebrate the unity and diversity of the Stritch family of students, faculty, staff, trustees, alumni, and friends. Sister Sylvianne Sheldon, Associate Director of the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi and member of the University Corporation, will assist Mr. Thomas Myers, Chair of the Board of Trustees, in a special candlelighting ceremony. When we were chartered in 1937, Cardinal Stritch was originally named St. Clair College. The college was sponsored by the Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi, who among the better known St. Clair of Assisi, who, along with the better known St. Francis, co-founded the Franciscan tradition. Clair's name in Latin means brightly or clearly. In this lighting ceremony, we wish to focus on the life example of Clair and of St. Francis and on the values of the Franciscan tradition. The Franciscan tradition is a value to the university in that we are a community that commits ourselves to living the values of hospitality for all, peacemaking, compassion, and caring, as well as respect and reverence for all of creation. After the candle lighting, we ask the guests to please rise for the invocation which will be offered by Sarah Warner, who is graduating today with her Bachelor of Arts degree in Writing and Digital Media. I'd invite Sister Sheldon, Sylvia Ann Sheldon, and Mr. Myers, please.
Let us pray. Our Almighty Creator, we gather before you today with clear eyes and full hearts, for our graduation day has finally come upon us. And while this is exhilarating, it is equally terrifying to think of the future and the unknown. But throughout life's trials and tribulations, we can remember this. Your path led through the sea, your way through the mighty waters, though your footprints were not seen. Psalm 77:19. I pray you are here with us, that you calm our racing hearts and allow us to walk across the stage with confidence. I pray that we all take this moment in, a time for gratitude, happiness, nostalgia, and pride in each other, our university, and ourselves. I pray your guidance, your grace, and your unconditional love showers each person in this stadium today and for the continuation of their lives. Thank you for all of the blessings and lessons you have given to us to lead us to this moment today. Let us come together and to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class of 2016. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. On Friday evening, we honored our valedictorian this year, and I would ask McKinnon Magdalene, earning a bachelor's in business arts in accounting and business, to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We also honored a salutatorian this year, David Kennan, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the commencement speaker, student speaker. Our student speaker today is Amira Saleh, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Amira has been very involved in our community, and she has participated in our Student Government Association, but also in many other ways in internships and fellowship experiences that involve the political realm, the things that she's interested in. She has served as the legislative intern for the City of Milwaukee and the Office of Mayor Tom Barrett, and also was a research and events intern for State Senator Chris Larson. In Washington, D.C. in 2013, she served as government policy intern at the Muslim Public Affairs Council. And later in 2015, she had a summer fellowship at the Partnership for Public Service Center for Government and Leadership. It is her desire to be a leader for young women, especially women who come from impoverished or war-torn areas who feel they don't have a strong voice as their peers. I am pleased and honored to introduce to you Amira Saleh.
Marianne Williamson once said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. To the class of 2016, as we move forward with our plans to conquer hospitals, sports centers, law firms, or even adolescent teenagers in classrooms who think they can conquer you, let us not forget the darkness we have passed to move into our new light, our new future. Looking at everyone in this room, I see amazing things for all of us. It's a scary feeling growing up. You know, we think we know everything already, but we are far from it. We feel as though we know all that life has to offer. I will say this, to everyone in this room who has not attended Cardinal Stritch, let me tell you some things that we do know. We know how to get through a 20-minute senior seminar presentation like a G. We know how to eat a meal, cram that last paper in, and socialize all between 12:20 and 1:10. And we also know how to get by during the semester with only being allowed 3 and sometimes 2 of those 8 a.m. lectures. To all of the nursing majors who had to achieve an 85% for a pass, to the student athletes who had morning and evening practices in between classes, to the students who are full-time employees and full-time parents, to the students who pushed to make the dean's list and find those internships, to the students who are first generation to go to college, this is for you. This moment is yours. I will say that again. This moment is yours. You have put in the hours, the money, the tears, the money again, and the loss of sleep for this moment. Let this be your light guide past the darkness. There will be people who will tell you that you've only accomplished the bare minimum, a bachelor's degree. I remember in my racial and ethnic groups course with the very fabulous Dr. Angela Berrien, my classmate and friend, Charles Chuck Mosley, looked up the statistic of a bachelor's degree around the world. The percentage was 6%. Only 6% of students or people around the world hold a bachelor's degree. Cardinal Stritch, class of 2016, you are now part of that very honorable and very prestige 6%. Let us remember how incredibly blessed we are to be part of that statistic. There is an incredibly large number of young students who were unable to achieve this goal, whether it was extreme poverty, illness, lack of opportunity, or unfortunate circumstances. We are blessed to have made it this far. This is a huge accomplishment, and if you can stride past that 6%, there is no limit to reaching new heights. I think I can speak for all of our peers in this room that we don't want to look to ourselves in the future and ask ourselves the question of why didn't it happen? Why didn't we get to where we said we were going to be? To the future, keep pushing, keep striving to go beyond this standard. You've made it to your bachelor's, now ask yourself, what's next? Medical school, law school, master's, PhDs, certifications, the list goes on. Leave this room knowing this is only the first step. As students, we are blessed with having opportunities many young adults would only dream of. We are given so many chances to keep going, to not fail and pursue those dreams. As cliche as it sounds, be the change you wish to see in this world. Graduating with honors is one accomplishment. Changing the world with those honors is worth more than the richest of riches. We live in a world full of uncertainty. And we live in a world where sometimes hatred can override fear and love. To the amazing staff of Cardinal Stritch, to our professors and advisors, thank you for your patience. To Brianna McCauley and Sean Lansing, at a time when Islamophobia was at an all-time high in the United States, you rose above the hatred. You passed out flyers and sent out emails to express the beauty and love of the non-violent faith that is Islam. As an American Muslim, I will forever remember this university as one that showed equality, love, and acceptance. You are the light that guides us through the darkness, and we thank you for that. One of the most important Franciscan values I'll take away from Cardinal Stritch is the value of creating a caring community, offering kindness, compassion, friendship, and above all, dignity to one another is perhaps the strongest component to making a difference in this world. Each student in this room has a level of dignity I not only admire, but will remember and cherish for the rest of my life. And lastly, to every parent, guardian, spouse, and/or friend in this room who helped make our journey a little easier, we thank you. To my mother, an immigrant who was unable to finish high school and enter the country where she credits her fluency to English, to all my children, this is for you. This is for all the overtime you had to work in factories, hotels, and daycares just so I can have food on the table and a running car to take to school. Your only request was that I achieve excellent grades and high honors, and I hope I've made you proud. Jazakallahu khair, Yamma. May God reward you. To every parent in this room, you should be so proud of your child today. He or she has made it so far, and will continue to make you proud in the years to come. I want to end this speech by giving one final piece of advice. I challenge you to follow your dreams with two very important focuses: passion and tough skin. Without it, you'll find the road as dark as you imagined. We are capable of accomplishing great things, and I mean that. You've set the bar so high for yourself already. You deserve to go past what society tells you to remain. Your hard work and dedication has brought you here today. We've spent 4 years figuring out who we were and what we wanted to do with that, with our lives and with our future and our plans to succeed and change the world. We will spend the next 40 years living that out with love, compassion, and above all, dignity. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you for those inspiring remarks. I would now like to introduce Caroline Carson, who is the President-elect of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, who will welcome the graduates to the Alumni Association.
Good afternoon and congratulations to the class of 2016. My name is Carolyn Carlson. I'm the President-elect of the Cardinal Stritch Alumni Association. Today I have the privilege of welcoming you as a soon-to-be fellow alum. I want to congratulate each of you for your academic achievements, your leadership, and your service as students of this great university. President Zarita Perkins and I are proud you are going to join us as our newest members of the Cardinal Stritch Alumni Association, which is more than 34,000 members strong. My mission in life is to make a difference, and I know you are all making a difference by investing in yourself and making the world a better place with your life's mission. Remember, graduation is just one step in our life's journey. Celebrate, be happy, be proud of your achievements, be true to yourself, and find ways to give back. The Alumni Association's tagline is "The Journey Continues." We encourage you to continue your journey by staying connected with the university. Attend Stritch events. You'll be inspired by the positive impact your fellow alums are making in this community. Make us a part of your social media network. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Give to the annual fund. It helps to provide the scholarship that made a Stritch education possible for so many of you. Refer students. Make sure your colleagues, family, and friends know how much your Stritch education meant to you. We're very proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations from the entire Alumni Board. Thank you.
This afternoon, I am pleased to present to you, Dr. Loftus, Suzanne Phelan. Suzanne, will you please come forward? Dr. Loftus, it is my honor to present to you Suzanne Phelan, class of 1969 of Greenfield, who is an accomplished educator, dedicated community volunteer who continues to make a difference in her home state of Wisconsin. Phelan has been honored in teaching profession and for her classroom and administrative service. She was inspired by her brother Tommy, who lived at St. Coletta in Wisconsin for nearly 40 years. Phelan is a passionate advocate for students with disabilities. Phelan's leadership in the field of education was noteworthy throughout her 15 years of service at the Ethan Allen School for Boys in Wales, Wisconsin. She was a reading specialist and initiated a peer tutoring program at that school. During her decades as an educator, Phelan taught in both secondary education and higher education in education arenas from Red Cloud School in South Dakota to the Milwaukee Area Technical College. As an assistant principal with Richfield School District in Wisconsin, she developed a special education program. She was a reading supervisor with the Franklin School District and facilitated district-wide in-service training to develop reading and language arts curriculum and coordinated the impact program for the profoundly disabled in the West Allis, West Milwaukee School District. Phelan has held numerous offices in both local and state organizations, in addition to having speaking arrangements for parent groups, college classes, and church organizations. Phelan earned her master's degree in reading and special education at Stritch and a Master of Arts degree in theological studies from Sacred Heart School of Theology in Franklin. She also holds a Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education from Alverno College in Milwaukee. Phelan has also served on the Cardinal Stritch University Alumni Association Board of Directors and is a member of the University Franciscan Heritage Society. She has supported the university's Tau Society and has been a leadership donor for the creation of Heritage Park and the St. Francis of Assisi Chapel. Dr. Loftus, Susan Phelan has earned the esteem of academic and professional colleagues, which rises to a high level of achievement, and she has earned the elevated recognition of the university. I recommend to you that she be awarded an honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters at Cardinal Stritch University.
By the authority vested in the Board of Trustees and delegated to me, I confer on Suzanne M. Phelan the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dr. Phelan. This afternoon, I am pleased to present to you, Dr. Loftus, the Honorable Eloise Anderson. Eloise, will you please come forward? Eloise Anderson has dedicated more than 50 years of her life to working and protecting children and families and strengthening communities, both as a frontline social worker serving low-income families and as a visionary reformer in the areas of public policy creation, analysis, and implementation. Currently, Eloise serves as Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Children and Families, a position to which she was appointed by Governor Walker in January of 2011. At DCF, she leads the effort to improve the economic and social well-being of Wisconsin's children, youth, and families. She does this through the administration of many of the state's family stability programs and oversight of the Wisconsin child welfare system and juvenile justice community-based programs. Previously, Secretary Anderson spent six years as the director of California's Department of Social Services, the nation's largest run family welfare agency with over 4,500 employees and a budget of $18 billion. Appointed by California Governor Pete Wilson, she headed a system that allocated over 1/4 of all public assistance in the United States. Credited for helping lay the groundwork for Governor Tommy Thompson's Wisconsin Works program, Eloise is known worldwide as an expert in welfare reform. She previously was appointed by the U.S. House of Representatives to the National Advisory Board of Welfare Indicators, responsible for providing advice and recommendations to the U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary. She currently serves as chair of the Secretary's Innovation Group, comprised of human service and workforce secretaries throughout the United States. This organization was formed to exchange state program innovations and to press for national solutions that favor healthy families, work, economic self-reliance. Eloise is a devout Catholic. She has striven to develop public policy that helps people achieve human fulfillment through the dignity of work. Secretary Anderson holds a Bachelor of Science degree from Central State University and a Master of Pastoral Studies from Loyola University. She has also studied sociology and history at the University of Toledo, urban affairs at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and labor relations at Marquette University. She is a participant in the executive program at Harvard University's John F. Kennedy School of Government. Dr. Loftus, Eloise Anderson has earned the esteem of the academic and professional colleagues, which rises to a high level of achievement, and she has earned the elevated recognition of the university. I am recommending to you that she be awarded the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters at Cardinal Stritch University.
By the authority vested in the Board of Trustees and delegated to me, I confer on Eloise Anderson the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Anderson.
I still haven't gotten over this. I know I'd stand between you and your diplomas, so I know this is like standing between people and their lunch. So thank you, Dr. Sinise and Dr. Loftus, for the invitation to speak today. I'm truly honored. I want to share with you, the graduates, 4 things I often think about. And each year on my birthday, I lay out a plan for the next year. It's only 2 birthdays I think are really important. Jesus is mine. So my birthday is always a big deal. So because I think that what I think about on those days may help you after you leave here. They are my spirituality, my relationships, my mind, my body. I will start with spirituality because it is my foundation on which everything else for me is built. The question I asked many years ago is, why is God so insistent about us having no other gods? Over the years, as I watched the world and myself in it, I noticed that there are many gods, and we pray to their altars faithfully. even more faithfully than we pray to the God of Abraham, Isaac, Moses, and Jesus. We put ourselves in debt to our gods, possessing things we don't need, worshiping reason and rationality. Each year I try to discern, what am I worshiping other than the God of Abraham, Isaac, Moses, and Jesus? Each year I try to discern what God wants of me. I have found through experience there are a variety of ways to discern. The Benedict rule, the Dominican rule, which is really the St. Augustine rule, the St. Ignatius way, and the admonitions of St. Francis. You should consider trying them. Find out which one is right for you. My curiosity regarding Eastern meditation provided me another approach to prayer, Christian meditation. There are three thinkers that if you have not met them in your time here at Cardinal Stritch, you should introduce yourself to them. They are Thomas Keating, John Maine, and Lawrence Friedman. They will take you on a new journey. Read the scriptures. Be open to what God has to say to you. There are various ways of practicing divine reading. It's easy. Read any passage of scripture, but the passages should not be too long. Then reflect. Then take what you read into your daily lives. Relationships. I like people. I can't remember when I didn't. Not sure, however, how I feel about humanity. I am fascinated by humans. I mean, just think, we're a pretty interesting animal. God speaks to us by making demands that we love our neighbors as we love ourselves. The question then is, how do we love ourselves? The first relationship we must work out is the relationship with yourself. How often do you spend time with just you alone? How often is the TV off, the radio silent, no music to be heard, the Facebook posting stopped, just you alone with you? If you haven't gotten to know yourself, don't be afraid. How do you expect someone else to be with you when you're not willing to be with yourself? How does one expect someone to know you and understand you when you do not know and understand yourself? Do you just move through life with no real thought about your purpose, your gifts, and what you're striving for and why? I read somewhere that we have many blind spots when it comes to understanding our patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. You should spend time giving attention in a non-judgmental way to yourself. Look at your capabilities, your feelings, your motivations. Then take a deeper look at your character, your values, your desires, your emotions, and your beliefs. Don't be afraid. The you, this entity, this was sent into the world with something no one else has to do, what no one else can do. That's you. I think you will find that this you is distinct from your brain and your body. Let's call it your soul or your spirit. To know your thoughts, your actions, your attitudes, emotions, and abilities, values, and physical characteristics is to know your true self. To be your own friend will lead to a happier, more effective you. To know yourself allows you to be free, to be what you were intended to be. It allows you to be able to love your neighbor. When one thinks about the priority of relationships, depending on where you are in life, spouses, parents, and children come first. Outside the family relationship, friendships are a lower priority. The voluntary nature of friendship makes it subject to life's pulls, tugs, and turns in different ways than family relationships. However, the special things about friendship is friends are friends because they want to be, or you are chosen. One chooses to get in and one can choose to get out. The care and feeding of these relationships are really important. They can also be your mirror, a reflection of you. Friendships are important to our social health and should be treated with care. Learning to nurture and celebrate your relationships will add depth and meaning to your life. What do you hope for to get out of a friendship? Somebody to talk to, somebody to depend on, someone to enjoy. Are you these things? Do you provide these as friends? Remember, you can't get what you don't give. What you have been given here at Cardinal Stritch is the opportunity to make new friends that you can take with you throughout life. Those of you who are just starting out will find that you will not have as much time for people who have been important to you over the past few years. If you don't pay attention, they will slip away. For some of you, trying to maintain family obligations while pursuing the endeavors left little time to give attention to friends. Those friendships may need renewal. Make new friends and keep the old. It's what I learned in Girl Scouts. One is silver, the other gold. Keep that in your pocket. It's important to understand that knowledge is important. Having skills is great. But who you know will have as much power and influence in your life as what you know. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the only way to have a friend is to be one. Organizational relationships. Friendship is a major ingredient in people's lives, and nobody just leaves that need at home when they go to work. We spend long hours at work. Sometimes we spend more time with the coworker than we do at our families. We have little time to forge friendships outside of work. Friendships made at work are made in fragile circumstances. The mission of the workplace is contrary to that of making friends. Work is about getting things done. Your value is linked to what you contribute. A friendship, by contrast, is valuable precisely because it's not transactional in any measurable way. I admit there's a tension that can lead to discomfort. When the office friend's shoddy work makes your work harder, or when he or she is suddenly your boss, or you his or hers. In spite of the problems, workplace friendships can have a profound effect on your career. A friend on the job can let you in on inner workings of your organization or field, provide feedback on your performance, or act as a sounding board. Having a buddy at work can make job more enjoyable, even enhancing your creativity and productivity. Many people get new jobs as a result of friendships. The friendships you develop at work in some ways will be fundamentally different than other friendships. Because of the pros and cons of developing friendships at work, you have more at stake when deciding whether to enter into a workplace friendship. The right group of friends can be a great influence in your career. The wrong group can be job-ending or career-blocking. Friends are people you develop a rapport with, you have something in common with, who appreciate your friendship. Don't make connections simply to get ahead. Don't get in cliques. When you make a friend or two, don't alienate others' co-workers, socially or within an interaction. Don't cut off other avenues by just staying with certain people. Don't close yourself out. By nature, we tend to be friends with people similar to ourselves. Much of the reward of friendship is learning and growing that comes from being introduced into different experiences. To encourage these types of experience, mix it up. Go on teams that have people you don't normally work with. Introduce yourself to coworkers of different ages, gender, skills, race, and nationality. Be open. The mind. One of the great American writers, Mark Twain, said, "I've never let my schooling interfere with my education." I'm going to assume your schooling hasn't crushed your soul, that learning excites you. If it doesn't, then I hope you will become excited by learning. It's a great activity. It expands your viewpoint. It gives you new knowledge that you can now improve in your life. Even if you discount the material benefits, the act of learning can be a source of enjoyment. There are a lot of reasons to continue to educate yourself, to pursue knowledge in the areas you have an interest in. Learn something that would help make your life more interesting and full. Take a course that will help you maintain and improve your skills. Now that you have this degree, don't let your information become obsolete. Think of your information system like a new car. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value. So stay up in the fields with all the new ideas and approaches that happen. Keep learning. Now that you have been practicing developing the habit of being mentally active, keep it up. You will be better in mental functioning in old age. I know I've had 7 or some of those decades behind me. If you continue to challenge your brain with new ideas and thoughts, if you don't have a hobby, get one. Learn new skills. Experience different ideas. People with different ideas. Talk about ideas, not people. Read for pleasure. I know that's kind of hard to think about now. Always have a book you're reading. It may take a while to get through it, but plod along, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and you'll get through it. Start a to learn list. Put on it new areas to study you want to pursue. Take up new languages, learn different skills. Read all of Shakespeare's works, or learn to play all the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein. Whatever motivates you, write it down and do it. Spend more time with people who think, not just with people who are smart, and especially with people who have different views than you. And people who invest their time in learning new skills, you will be enriched. While you are looking for people who think, especially a relationship with a few people who contradict your worldview. In doing this, you will unlearn some of your assumptions you have. The weeding out makes more room for new ideas. Think for yourself. Studying the wisdom of others isn't enough. You have to think through ideas yourself. Spend time journaling, meditating, and contemplating over ideas you've learned. Follow your curiosity or your intuition. Continuous learning is like going through a land you've never been in. You can't be sure what to expect. There isn't always an end goal in mind when you start out, but have fun. The body. Be kind to your body. Remember, it's where the Lord resides. Even if you don't think the Lord resides in your body, you only get one in life. So you need to look after it. You heard all those things about eat right, get enough sleep, and exercise. So I won't address those things even though they are important. What I do want to stress is the framework for thinking about these things that might lead you to embrace caring for your body for now and for life. There are 3 questions you should contemplate. 1, what do I want to do? 2, what's best for me? And 3, what am I going to do? What do I want is a question that gets at your emotions. It's about how you feel, about what you eat, when you sleep, and how much you exercise. The what's best for me question asks you to reason regarding the situation. It requires you to get past emotions and to get to what you think. And the last question, what am I going to do, brings the first and second question into action. This is about decisions you actually make. It's what you actually do in any given situation. There will be many times when what you do and what you should do line up perfectly, and other times when there is no alignment at all. But if you don't consciously think about these 3 questions, taking care of your body will be left to bad habits and emotions. You do not always have to do the right thing, but you should always give thought before acting. Our body and our minds are connected. James Allen, in As a Man Thinketh, states, a man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. So I say to you, you are what you think, so think. In closing, I have shared with you 4 areas of life I strive to oversee and manage and accomplish, and each year laying out plans on how to address them in the coming year. Overseeing these 4 areas has helped me to understand myself, my Catholic faith, my Franciscan view of the world. I am rooted in the notion that I can be both knowledgeable and loving, the thinking of St. Bonaventure. Having oversight of these 4 areas of your life, I believe will help you go into the world with peace. I wish you love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anderson. So think, read, and take care of yourself. We are now going to proceed to conferring of the undergraduate degrees. Please note that in the commencement program,